about, how do you balance, building a business and a personal life and, relationships and things of that nature. I mean, the answer is really is no balance. It's no balance when you're trying to be great. It's no balance when you're, all in, super focused on your goals, super focused on achieving something. It's like a tilted seesaw, like heavy on the build, heavy on the business, heavy on the greatness. I always tell people you got to leave in order to lead. Right? You got to leave current situations. You got to leave certain relationships. You might have to even leave, family and close friends to go follow something greater or to go get the right information so you can go back and lead the people that you left. If you love them, you can leave them, right? And then so you can go be great, and then you can lead them, turn around and lead them. A lot of people say it's lonely at the top. If anybody says lonely at the top, they have not been there, right? Because the top is about, real greatness, and real greatness is not about the money you have. It's not about the success you personally have. It's about the people that you help, the impact that you have on other people. So the real top, I mean, it's crowded because you brought everybody else that was at the bottom with you up to the top with you. That's real greatness. So when you're trying to be great, it's no balance because I mean, you might have to, certain things might be at risk, like your family, your friends, and the relationships that you have there. But like I said, if you love them, you can leave them, and then you could turn around and go back and lead them. And the right people, they'll understand. And the right people, they'll stick around. And the right people, they'll love you even more for it. So it's no balance. What do you think long term you'll make the most money in all the different businesses that you've started? Definitely with my one house family. I think that that's like my ocean. All right, you got different streams of income, but that's my ocean. I think that when you build a community and your like success is impact based, that's where you're gonna have the most success. Period. I can't even quantify that number, right? Like in other businesses, I can quantify it. I can actually figure out what I invest in the actual potential income of what I can make. But when it comes to building a community and having impact over people, it's really no limit. It's no ceiling. So because so many different things can happen. Like when I really focus on building a community, like an actual user base of and subscription base, or just a database of people that I'm individually, directly and indirectly impacting and helping. Like it's so many things that can come out of that. Like when any business that you have, any brand that you have, anything that you want support or anybody to support you in, I mean 9 times out of 10 it's gonna come from the people that you help, the people that you poured into. So like that's the ocean. Everything else is a stream. I have a clothing brand, that's a stream, right? I want to write a book, that's a stream. I want to start a restaurant, open up a club, that's a stream, that's a project. But who are the people that's gonna come support me at my grand opening of my restaurant? Who are the people that's gonna put on the clothes that I design? All right, who are the people that's gonna buy the book and actually read and write a review? It's gonna be the community of people that I built up and that I impacted in multiple different ways. So in all businesses and things that anybody does, like you gotta have some impact attached to it. Because if you really pour into people, the universe will pour into you. If you could pick one skill you could keep and you had to take away all your other skills that you've developed over the years, what would it be and why? I mean, the one skill that I would keep is, I mean, that's really hard to say, but the one skill that I think is important that a lot of people don't put on the top of their priority list is communication. Like communication is like probably the most important in a intimate relationship. It's the most important in a business relationship. It's the most important in a friendship. It's the most important, in a family with relatives. Like communication is a make or break situation. If I don't have communication, everything is misconstrued and all over the place. But with the proper communication, a lot of things, a lot of confrontation, a lot of misunderstanding is avoided. So I think, and there's different branches of communication. When you communicate, you also communicate from understanding people's triggers. You communicate from understanding people's love languages. You communicate from also understanding the proper communication and streamlining of communication between different parties. Because if you're running a business or if you're leading a team of different people, you got to also understand relationship management when it comes to communication and making sure that the people that are in your business or the people that are working together to achieve one goal, they're still in alignment with each other. It's not always just in alignment with you, but it's also having the communication to keep your team, your business, right, your following in alignment with themselves and each other as well. So communication is one thing. I think if you if you make it to the top and lose the top, you can make your way back with communicating with the right people in the right way. What's the biggest accomplishment or biggest purchase? um my biggest purchase or biggest accomplishment, that's two different answers. But my biggest purchase um would probably be probably that's tough. I mean, all in one. Probably my first mansion. I dropped about 2 million after furniture and designing and everything like that. Probably a little over 2 million, like all at once. First big, you know, $1 million house. I dropped a few million on that all at once. But my biggest accomplishment would probably be, giving away money. Actually creating a foundation, getting a 501c3, and funding it to where I can continue to give away money over long periods of time throughout my life and just keep my foundation active. Which is, what a lot of people don't talk about. You can have a foundation, you can have a 501c3, but you can also lose it. So you got to keep it active, you got to keep it funded, and you got to keep the cause that you set in the very beginning going. So, actually being in a position and not having the money to go to school, but then dropping out of school and then making enough money to send other people to school through my foundation was definitely a big accomplishment for me. And I still pay it forward to this day. What's one fact that you think all business owners or people that's trying to be successful should know? One factor that I think a lot of people get so focused on it and being a serial entrepreneur. Anytime somebody says serial entrepreneur, like, I think when people hear the word serial entrepreneur, they automatically think multiple businesses, or I'm a hustler in all things that I do. And people get so caught up in being a serial entrepreneur. How about just being an entrepreneur? Or people get so caught up in being a multiple business owner. How about just being a business owner? Like, why you gotta have multiple? Be successful in one. Like, that's I think everybody needs to focus. And focus it's actually an acronym for it. Follow one course until successful. And success, in my opinion, like, if I really had to put a number on it, I'd say $1 million. If I had to put a success, like, point that I think everybody should want to get to in one niche or a business, I would say $1 million, or at least 100,000 in a month. Like, do that in one business before trying to take on multiple businesses. I think that, and granted, success is not, it's not monetary, but if I had to put a number on it, just so people can have clear direction, like, follow one course until $1 million. Like, follow one course until 7 figures, meaning let me focus on this one thing, because a lot of people get so caught up trying to do multiple things that you're putting 10% into 10 different things instead of putting 100% into one thing. So that's like 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand in a month, rather than 100 grand in 1 month from this one business. And because I put all my focus in this one business and I created this ocean of an income, I got all of these different passive streams that's just creating money on its own. Like that's real success. Every massively successful person follow one course for a period of time, and now all the different success that you see attached to them, you kind of can backtrack it and reverse engineer it and see that it came from that one main course of a business that they focused on. Follow one course into success.
Hey. Long live my Uncle K-Tone.